In today's video, we're going to rank all the DC movies. So we got the 6 main ones. So you got Justice League, Batman vs Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Aquaman and Man of Steel. So we're going to go in. I'm going to give you my ranking of all these movies and tell you why I've got them in certain areas and that. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this video. I put Batman vs Superman in at number 6. Why have I put it in there? Because really, it's not a good movie. In my opinion, it's not a good movie at all. You know, you got so many plot lines going on throughout this movie. They should have just stuck with a Man of Steel 2. Really, they should have. But you know, you've got all this issue with Batman trying to kill Superman because he thinks that he's got too much power. He's not going to be good. He's going to turn evil eventually. He's having all these nightmares and stuff about, oh, what happens if this all goes all wrong? And then Superman's just there, like you got this whole plotline with Superman, how no one's accepting him, they're trying to trial him and that. It's like, really, what are you going to do to this guy? You can't put him on trial, you can't arrest him, put him in jail, he's just going to break out anyway. So it's kind of like, it's all over the shot. Jesse Eisenberg is not casted very well as Lex Luthor. I don't like how he's portraying Lex Luthor. That's not what Lex Luthor is. He's not that jokey and that. It's just, he didn't do any justice to the role. So I thought that was bad casting. The biggest issue I have with Batman vs Superman is the scene where Batman and Superman are fighting and Batman's about to finish Superman off with the kryptonite on the spear. He's about to shove it straight through his heart. And Superman utters the words, Martha. So Batman goes, oh my god, your mother's the same? She has the same name as mine? Martha? Really? Oh dude, kill me, man. I'm not gonna kill you, man. We got the same mother. We need to see. Are you fucking serious, mate? Just kill. If you're gonna kill Superman because he's so bad, just do it. Don't just stop because his mother's name's Martha. That's like the stupidest reason to stop. Oh, that. And don't even get me started on the last act as well. And they do the death of Superman already. Like, why? That's like supposed to be the big moment. Oh, why didn't he just let Wonder Woman take the spear and shove it into Doomsday and kill Doomsday? Like, oh, there's so many things wrong with this movie. It's a frustrating one, and that's why I've got it in at number 6. So number 5 is Suicide Squad. Now Suicide Squad, it's not the best, but it is watchable, in my opinion. I can watch it. I mean, I like the scene where Will Smith is just up on the car and just boom, 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 boom. That's probably the best scene of the whole movie. But there is a lot of, it's like, it is a mess. Suicide Squad is a mess. It really is. I don't like how they do the start, how they're going over all of these characters. She's saying, oh, this is what they did and all that. I think, like, if the Suicide Squad needed to be later on, in my opinion. I think you needed, like, sort of like them to be in their own, like, villain, as their own villain in a movie where it intertwines with everything, and then you can portray them. I mean, having the Joker in and out of this movie, just, it doesn't make sense. You either have the Joker as the main guy or you don't have him, because that's just, that plot line there is just, it is frustrating because you're like, you want more Joker, but you want him to go away because it's just kind of like, just another plot line that they put in. It's just a complete mess. Then you recruit, like, the whole villain is just, oh my god, it's just, yeah, Suicide Squad is just a hot mess. In my opinion, it's a hot mess, and I really do not like the story side of it. Like, oh, we gotta save this person. Oh, now we gotta save this person. Now we got to, all because of that one, like, just, oh my god. And then she kills them all anyway. It's like, why did she kill? She killed all her FBI agents and that. Like, oh no, loose ends, bam, bam, bam. Really? You're as bad as them. You just killed innocent people. Like, oh. So, yeah, Suicide Squad, it is watchable. It's not the best. It's a hot mess. And, yeah, so that's why it is better than Batman vs Superman, though. I'll give it that. It is better than that. And that's why it comes in at number 5. And number 4 is going to be Justice League. Now, in my opinion, I think they rushed the Justice League too much. Like, they needed to not necessarily like rushed into it, they didn't plan it out properly, and that's why you have all this hot mess going into Justice League. I didn't think they planned it out properly. Like, you don't have to follow the Marvel mold and have all these standalones. They could have done the Justice League, but they didn't execute it well at all. Steppenwolf is just a joke of a villain. He's one-dimensional, and he gets absolutely KO'd, something chronic, by Superman. He really could. Superman could... That's one of the big issues I have in the third act, is Superman comes in and he just wallops this guy. Like, absolutely just manhandles him. He outfits the hell out of Steppenwolf. And then just goes off and helps the Flash with helping people. Like, dude, he's right there. Finish him off and you stop this whole thing. But no, he doesn't. He goes and helps off, and then really, Aquaman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg and the Flash just all really job when they're fighting Steppenwolf. They job for him, and then Superman just comes in and jobs all of them. Like, just makes them all jobbers. Like, he just... That, to me, is the most frustrating part about it. You know, you've already had the death of Superman. Everyone knew Superman was coming back for Justice League. Like, that is the most anticlimactic way to do a Justice League. Oh, Superman's dead. Everyone knows Superman's coming back for the Justice League. You can't have Justice League without Superman. He's one of the main draws. Him and Batman are the main draws. So it didn't make sense why they did that. And I think it looked like they were trying to set up for Darkseid, but I don't know who they are now because their whole mold's changed now. But Justice League, it just didn't really hit where it was supposed to be. Like, it didn't really raise the roof. It wasn't like an Avengers movie where it just knocked out the park. You would think a Justice League movie, oh my god, this is going to be massive. A Justice League movie is as big as the Avengers by any means. And it didn't do what it was supposed to do. It just lacked... The villain lacked completely just... Steppenwolf is just a crap villain. He's just got no character to him at all. He's so one-dimensional. And the whole story throughout, just... It didn't really flow. And yeah, so that's why I've got it in at number 4. Number 3 is going to be... Might be a controversial call here, but it is Wonder Woman. Now, Wonder Woman... Okay, so you've got... These next top 3 are like here, and then the rest of them are all down here. Like, there's a massive gap from Justice League to Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, I thought, was brilliant. It executed it quite well. The story flows. I mean, I was intrigued the whole entire way through the movie. I was intrigued throughout the whole movie. The love story between Wonder Woman and what's his name, Chris Pine's character, is done really well. I mean, you could see it going on as she goes from her Amazonian world to to our world now, where she leaves her island and she sees what is really going on the outside of that little safe haven of a bubble that she lives in, where everything is perfect. She goes into this world where there's war, just poverty, everything you can imagine is going on right then and there. And you can see how she develops, and she goes, well, this isn't right. And then when she walks in to that village and just absolutely manhandles every person in there and frees them all, that was insane how she's just jumping on things, flying everywhere. And you just really see the Wonder Woman character come out. Now, when you get into the final third, when she finally figures out where they're misdirecting you, who is actually Ares, who is going to be him, you have no idea, and then they flip it after she thinks she's killed him and the war hasn't stopped. She's gone, well, what's going on here? And then, boom, out of nowhere, Ares is actually one of the good Englishmen. I think they're English. Yeah, one of the good Englishmen, I'm pretty sure. That one of the generals or whatever he is, he's actually Ares, and he's the one behind it all. So you find out that, and then when he destroys the sword, she actually finds out now that she's actually the God Killer, not the actual sword. So I thought that was all done well. You know, the sacrifice of Chris Pine's character, I didn't actually think they were going to do it like that, but they did, and it hits you emotionally. And I can't believe that DC actually did do this, and then, you know, they created Justice League and that. So it's kind of like a hit and miss at the moment. You got 3 good ones, 3 bad ones. So yeah, so that's why I got Wonder Woman in number 3. Number 2 is going to be Aquaman. Now, Aquaman just hit the theatres, so I'm going to try and keep it a bit... Well, there's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't seen Aquaman, fast forward the video to the first one, or click off and go watch Aquaman and then come back. But Aquaman comes in at number 2. This is a story very similar to Black Panther in a way, but I thought Aquaman was really, really done well. This is exactly what DC needed. It was a win for DC. I think it's made, I would say, in the box office over 800 million, so it passed Justice League. Who would have thought an Aquaman movie, a standalone Aquaman movie, would actually surpass a Justice League movie? I didn't think so. So the way that this story is, Arthur knows that he's, you know, got to go back and save everyone, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't feel like it's his burden to carry. And then Marin convinces him to come see what's going on, and he turns out that his brother is actually an absolute, you know, he's an absolute arse, really. He's an arse. And then Arthur sees that he's the only one that can stop him, and that he's really got to just throw away his selfishness and just go, look, man, I need to own up, I need to man up, I need to get this Trident, I need to go in and I need to save Atlantis, otherwise they're going to take war on the surface people, who are actually, my dad is a surface man as well, so I need to protect him, I need to protect all them. So he actually mans up, he goes through an insane trial, basically, to get to the Triton, and when he does get the Triton, the final third, the big battle, absolutely unreal effects when it's going on. The fight between his brother and Arthur and his brother is absolutely brilliant, where he just tells him, you need to fight him on your own terms. You need to fight him where you're comfortable. So he takes it on top of one of the ships, or whatever you want to call them, under the water. They fight on top of there, and you can see, as soon as he pulls out that move that William Dafoe's character taught him, said that he was going to teach him when he was ready, once you see him bust that out, and then you see him smile at that was when you knew that it was game over for his brother. He wasn't going to defeat him, and he absolutely KO'd him and wins and becomes the rightful king of Atlantis to guide him through on. So I thought it was a good story, followed all the way through, and yes, it's got problems. It's not flawless by any means. It's got its flaws, but I really enjoyed it. It was a fun adventure movie, and that's why I've got it at number 2. And finally, we have hit number 1, and it is going to be, you all know, it's the last one, Man of Steel. This movie, to me, hit me the most emotional out of all the DC movies. Superman, Henry Cavill as Superman, he's my favourite Superman. That's just my personal opinion. I know other people have Christopher Reeve as theirs and all that. You know, you can go through the list. You can pick either one. But to me, Henry Cavill is the best Superman. It's my opinion. And I think Man of Steel is good. I like the way they told the origin story of Superman. I like how it was flashbacks. You didn't actually start when he was young and build on towards that. You actually, you know, have him as he's going through his as he's going through his adventure to find out who he is, where he's from, and who his parents are. You get the flashbacks of certain things that happen at that time. You get the flashback of what happened and all that. So you see it. And the scene where his dad, the big tornado's coming through, and you got Clark's there watching, and his dad hurts his ankle, and you know he can save him like that. He could just go in, save him. You know, he could have saved the dog, gone in and saved the dog, and would have survived in that. But his dad was always saying that the planet Earth may not be ready. The people of Earth may not be ready to see what you're capable of. So when he puts his hand up and tells him no, oh my god, it hit me emotionally because you could just see it. You could just see what, like, you know he can save him, but his dad doesn't want him to expose himself. And when he sees him die, that hits you so emotionally. And then obviously you fast forward on, you got General Zord coming in, who's a good villain. I like the way he is. He's got his motives behind. He wants to build Krypton, and he feels like his only mission in life is to protect his people and make sure his race continues on thriving throughout. And he'll do anything, doesn't matter what the cost, he'll do anything to do that. And the final fight is, I love the fight scenes in this, and just the way that they're crashing through the buildings and that. Yes, I know some people say Superman's a bit careless, he's just smashing things like that, but that's what it is. It is that. So, but I think this movie just, it's just so emotionally packed. It doesn't feel slow to me. I mean, you've got it. You miss out all in all the origin when he's a kid, and you just get flashbacks. Fast forwards on, and you see how it all develops. And I did like the start where you saw the start of Krypton and how they portrayed the start of Krypton and all that, and that he actually has his superhuman powers basically because of the gravity and all that, and his body, you know, develops it throughout, which makes more sense. And yeah, so you see all that. So that's why I've got Man of Steel at number 1. Let me know in the comments which ones are your favourites. What is your ranking of the DC movies? And yeah, well, we can't wait for Shazam to come out now. Can Shazam make it in there? So yeah, so let's find out. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.